Hello guys, this is Vaish. This video is a continuation video of the last video which we did about serious and non-serious aspirants. So here again I will be giving you some tips. Whatever you see on screen, these two pictures I have actually taken or borrowed from the WhatsApp status of two of my students who contacted me 2 days back. So I found it interesting. This I am already engaged with my dream, okay, IAS, and this one every bit of your soul to reach that one big goal of UPSC. Okay, so maybe she made it herself, or I don't know how she got it, but these two pictures I found it from two different students, and I like when students are engaged to their dream like this very seriously. So we'll talk about all these things like what is a dream, what is a goal, what is a passion. There are many differences between all these things. Okay, so you should be crystal clear before you go into studying of books. So 2021 students, I want to tell you one thing. Like many students misunderstood when I told that test series will be launching on June 5. When I meant by launching, it does not mean that your first test will happen on June 5. Okay, because I have not yet given you any details. So I understand that, and the brochure, the fee structure, the enrollment procedure, all these things are being designed now. Okay, because we are trying to make it much more bigger than 2020. Okay, 2020 itself was much bigger than 2019 because we wanted to maintain our result standard. Okay, 2019 we were the only institute I think who could claim 50 plus questions which came in the prelims exam. So 2020 we made it even bigger, and now because the prelims is postponed, we don't have any result to show you for that. But when it happens, whenever it happens, I'll show you how many questions came from 2020 as well. So 2021 on June 5, I'm going to tell you the brochure. I'm going to give you, okay, like you can contact me and I'll give you the brochures for that, or we'll put it somewhere where you can download it. So details you will get it on June 5. So in that there will be a schedule, and based on that you can come and pay the fees and enroll, and then start taking the test. Okay, it will be regularly delivered in your email every week. Okay, it will be a 1 year full process. So that is a big thing which will be announced on June 5. It's not starting on June 5. Okay, so I hope now it's clear. Now, before we proceed, please subscribe, because last time also when I told, the subscription count is not rising. Okay, maybe like when I told students to give their feedback, they went and commented, but people did not go and click on subscribe. So please subscribe, because all this is completely free and it is going to go even much bigger by the days. Okay, so unless you come and support, this cannot grow. So Facebook page also, many updates will be shared there. So please go and like the Facebook page. You are using your Facebook on a daily basis, so it will help you. Okay, so subscribe Facebook, and then WhatsApp me. Okay, this one at least 1,000 plus students have messaged me in the last 1 week, and I'm very happy of seeing the response. Okay, maybe students are not liking videos or commenting videos, but the number of messages which I get on WhatsApp is very high compared to that, because maybe that is more comfortable for them to reach a mentor. So again, continue to do that. I'm saving all your numbers, and I'll be giving you all the updates in the coming days. So WhatsApp me whichever year you are, 2020 or 21. So we'll start with a quote: set goals that scare you and excite you at the same time. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that you don't have to be worried, like you have to make very practical, very simple goals and all. There is no harm in dreaming big, or there is no harm in thinking about the impossible thing. Okay, because this exam itself is a kind of impossible exam. So I showed you how much is the numbers and statistics in the last video. Please go and watch that and then watch this. So you have to be scared about your goals. At the same time, you have to be excited about the goals. Okay, it should be something which makes you wake up every morning with some positive energy. Okay, you should feel like today I will do this, or like, even there are students I know, when it becomes night time and it's about to sleep, they feel frustrated because the time is already over, because they want to study more, they want to practice more. Okay, and they somehow finish off their 7-8 hours sleep, and then morning again they jump back to get into the preparation. That is the kind of passion which is required for this exam. Okay, you have to dedicate yourself to learn more and more out of interest, not for the sake of exam. Okay, then you will definitely clear this exam. Okay, so moving on. This is the video thumbnail, last video, and wherever I stopped in the last video, from there I'll take it. Okay, now I'm going to continue from there. This is the order of videos happening in this particular playlist. So the sixth video now I'm doing, tip for aspirant, where I'll tell you about the discipline importance, the UPSC cutoff, what is it, how is it done, a rough timeline of how you should maintain this one full year, then difference between dream, passion and goal, and some more things at the end for 2020 students who is like looking for test series, or looking like what is actually Vaishya is offering. Okay, so that is what will be covered here. and more videos will come, because some students keep jumping into the future. Okay, they ask like, sir, teach me history, sir, teach me mains things, teach me ethics. All these things will come. Okay, you should understand 2020 prelims itself is not happened. So 2021, please don't hurry or rush into things. I have devised this playlist in an order which will help you get there. Okay, it's like you need to go in this order only. You cannot jump directly into subjects and tell like I studied UPSC. So UPSC is not about studying books or topics. Okay, that is very very easy. Anybody can buy the books or watch video and learn it, but they don't know how to clear the exam. So these videos are helping you to clear the exam, not just study. Okay, so I'll take it, the time management, the timetable, professionals, what they should do, all those things, and coaching institute, optional subject, all these things are going to be covered. So please have patience and don't keep asking me. I will be doing it. Now, some important poor questions I will tell, which people ask. I will show you 10 questions and I'll just give you one line answer for that, because already in multiple videos I've covered. But just to begin this video, I am using these 10 questions. Okay, which students should ideally know the answer, or they should know that it's a foolish question to ask, or these are things which you simply Google. The first line will tell you the answer for it, but still you bother people around. Okay, you will be asking mentors, you will be searching people around, you will be posting it in IAS forums found online, Quora website, all these places. You go and simply type and see illogical, unwanted essays written by some people who are amateur themselves. Okay, they themselves don't know what it is, and they are telling something, and you are believing that, and you create a whole wrong impression about UPSC. Okay, so is it enough if I do a book or that book? Okay, like I think yesterday also students asked like, sir, I did NCRT, but is it sure that I will clear? I will answer all the questions which comes in history. I told you multiple times, we cannot guarantee. Nobody can guarantee, because there have been instances where questions came even from outside books, or which is like you have never heard. Okay, there'll be some maybe cultural page of some magazine or something UPSC picks up. Okay, like last year also, I think not last year, the year before that, Tyagaraja or someone, two people, historical cultural people, they took it and they put four statements. Like one is doing Hindustani music, one is doing classical music, one is a devotee of Ram, one is a devotee of Krishna. These kind of things and all you will not find in detail in every NCRT textbook or Spectrum textbook and all. Okay, these are found here and there, and they just collect it and put it. But you should know how to solve that question. Okay, even if you don't know those two people, you have never heard about them, there will be one clue in the question. Okay, how to solve that? There will be one statement. If you eliminate directly, it will go to the answer. Okay, I've already showed you this example. Go and watch my elimination technique videos. So that is why I'm telling, book is not your answer. Okay, it is about solving questions. Will UPSC ask previous year questions? This again I am telling, UPSC will ask previous year questions, but that doesn't mean they will cut paste the question and ask it next time. UPSC will ask a question and that topic will repeat again and again. Okay, like Paris climate thing and all, like at least 5 times they have asked in the 5 years, last 5 years. Kyoto Protocol they have asked 10 times in the last 15 years. Okay, they keep asking even in mains. Okay, in mains also, like PPP model, the public private partnership model, they have asked at least 3 times I think in GS mains papers. That too in different places. Once they'll ask in GS2, once they'll ask in GS3. So previous year papers keeps repeating. Okay, that's why I keep telling you, go and buy that book first. That's the only book you will have to need to start your preparation. Now in this lockdown phase or whatever, start with NCRTs and previous year papers, nothing else. Remaining and all, either I will teach you or you will learn it slowly. There is a lot of time, 1 year for you. Should I study these many hours a day? Again, this is relative. Okay, like if you are someone who is a slow reader or a slow learner, you need a lot of time. Okay, you may not understand by one reading, you have to do multiple readings. Your memory power is low, so you need more hours. But others, maybe in one reading, or maybe they are very much interested in history or geography or polity. For them, it will be like you read it once, you know it already. Because polity and all is, what is polity? What is happening in Lok Sabha? What is happening in Rajya Sabha? Or how is the bill passed? These are the things which is happening. So a person who is already knowing all these things, watching the news and all, for them this theoretical things are just some technical things they have to buy heart. It is nothing very very significant. Okay, but others, they might be hearing for the first time. They have no idea what is Lok Sabha, where is the Prime Minister sitting, where is the opposition sitting. They have never seen a parliamentary debate. They know nothing. Okay, so it is okay to know nothing. Okay, I'm not telling like others are better than you. I'm telling, depending on that, the number of hours will change. So there is no fixed hours. There are professionals, working professionals, who have to work from 9 to 6. So they find 2 hours in the morning to study and 3 hours in the night to study. That is the only time they get. So there is a difference between that, and there is no fixed time like you have to do. But there can be days in future where you have to sit for 15 hours or 18 hours and study. Okay, there will be like you have to do 4 hours of reading textbook, 4 hours of watching video, then 4 hours of doing test solving. Such phases can come, but it is nothing is uniform. It depends on what level you are at, and that keeps changing from person to person. Is there any optional which is easy? Okay, this is one question which I keep getting. Optional, there is nothing like easy. Okay, if that was the case, then everybody will keep selecting that. UPSC, one thing we can tell is there are papers which are scoring and non-scoring. Okay, why? Because there are at least 5 to 6 optional subject out of the 15 or 20 items in list which they have given. 4 or 5 are things which is already part of your GS mains parts. Okay, like GS 1, GS 2, GS 3, or your prelims part you're already studying, like history or geography or public administration. Then polity related one paper is there. So sociology, these are things which you will study when you study already as part of your ethics paper or your GS papers or your prelims. So there your hard work can be reduced. If you take a new like language paper for your optional, a literature paper for your optional, or psychology or law, mathematics, these are papers which has no connection for your connection to your other papers. Okay, so you have to dedicatedly study maybe 2 months or 3 months fully about that paper, which will be useful only for that optional paper. Okay, UPSC even after a few years will take away the optional, as far as I know. Okay, they have meetings and discussions going on, they might take it away. So optional is just for you to go and write and score marks. Many students, the rank itself changed because of this marks in optional. Okay, many maybe GS and all everybody are same, but when it comes to optional, it is your department, you are choosing it. UPSC is giving you the power to do that. So choose something which you have either interest, or interest is must. Okay, interest is must, and then you'd see whether it is already covering most of the things before itself. You are already doing a lot of studies before itself, or you have maybe it's like your specialization in your college. Okay, maybe like agriculture or biology or whatever, maybe some students like that. So like that, decide which is personally interesting to you. Else there's nothing like easy. Okay, is there any fixed books which I can study and complete all the syllabus? Again, answer is no. Okay, there is no books or videos which will cover. Okay, even Vaishya is, I'm telling you, free videos I'll give, free things I'll give. Whatever you watch, you sit and watch all my videos. If I suppose I make 5 textbooks completely end to end and put it on my channel also, syllabus wise you will reach only 30 to 40 percentage, because UPSC syllabus means solving the previous year papers, doing lot of MCQ test series kind of thing, writing lot of answers. This is called completing the syllabus. Okay, not books. Does UPSC have any trend? UPSC has one trend, that is they have no trend. Okay, you may find it funny, but this is the truth. UPSC, whenever one student or coaching institute have something in mind and they go and sit in the exam hall, that time you will be actually shocked. Okay, literally you will be shocked. You can ask any student who have taken last 3 years of prelims. 2016 onwards, this UPSC have started this habit of putting the most unconventional twist in question paper. Okay, like students will be like, when reading the question they'll feel like, oh, this is a topic which I studied and it will be very easy. But when you go and look at the options, you will be totally confused, because they have put all the 4 options which you already studied, and they will make you feel like all 4 are true. They have made it very very difficult. The solving technique has to be improved at a very like immense level, else you cannot solve UPSC now. And about trend, there is no change in the other things. Okay, there is no change in the question numbers, the mark allocation, or subjects or syllabus. Nothing is changed, but the way which they form the question is changing every year. Okay, that is about the trend. Should I go to Delhi for coaching? Okay, coaching I will make a separate video, but that again, one simple point you have to see. If you are a person who will not study by yourself, you need to wake up, like you go to school or college and then go to 9 o'clock. By 9 o'clock you have to go sit in a classroom, environment where many people are sitting around you and someone is teaching you. Only if with that model you will study, then you have to go for coaching. Okay, there's nothing wrong or bad in going for coaching, because they are also doing excellent jobs. They're teaching you end to end from textbooks and all these things. One problem is they're charging you high fees, and you have to sit with hundreds of people in a big hall, and I don't know which corner you'll be sitting in the class, and it will be whoever have sat in the class will know how much difficult it is to grasp things in a crowd of 100 people. So that depends on that student. If that student is liking or used to the schooling model, you have to go for coaching. But if you're someone who is ready to use the digital medium, who have no problem in reading hours and hours from computer screen or mobile phone screen and all, nowadays, okay, last 5 years if you take, everything is there on the internet and you may not need coaching. Okay, this is just my personal view based on my analysis of UPSC and what is happening in the coaching centers. Okay, so I don't want to blame anyone or anything. It's up to you. If you can afford it and if it's useful for you, you should go for coaching. Will I definitely pass by solving only coaching materials? This again is no. Okay, you will not pass by doing any particular set of things. You have to keep doing lot of tests. Okay, what I'll show you in the next slide, how many questions you have to do, how many answers you have to write, and all numbers I'll show you. Should I make notes or how to make notes? this first part of the question, should I make notes, this is a stupid question actually. Okay, you are some person who have studied your school, your college, your degree, you are a graduate. You for studying purpose, what you will do, you will do something, you will write notes, you will make maps, you will make flow charts. It's up to you. Why are you making that? Did your college or school ask you to like go do like 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock make notes? They won't tell you. They are telling you come and study for the exam and give the exam. Same way, UPSC did not ask you to make notes. Reading Hindu, making the summary, all these things are for what? So that you don't have to go and look back the paper again. So you have a notes which you can revise it later. Or if you are already enrolled to a good test series, they will already give you a summary for you. So how should I make notes is a nonsense question. Okay, if you want to revise something, you can make notes. If you have some like good memory power, you don't make notes. Simple. Now how to make notes, I'll make a separate video. Like how, okay, like you have decided to make notes, how to make notes I'll tell you, because there are some methods or tricks with which like it will look more appealing. It will be worth it if you take it and do the day before exam. Already YCIS test series is giving you, okay, as part of the test series there are 200 plus revision charts and 50 snippet cards. This, what is this? This is actually notes. Ideally what a student should do at home, we are doing it for you. We are doing shortcut tricks and all these things, and as part of a test series you are getting it for free along with the test. Okay, and now because students were in demand for that, we made it as a separate pack also. You can buy revision chart and snippet card alone. But disadvantage of that is your revision chart and snippet card is only made to support something which we already taught you through test. Okay, that will not cover your entire syllabus and all. Revision chart snippet card is like maybe history there are some 80 to 100 charts will be there, but for geography there will be only 40 charts, or polity there will be only 60 charts. It depends. Okay, that is based on what we feel you need to by heart or point wise or factual thing. That is what is put in those places. But a person who enrolls to a full test series, for them that is very beneficial, because you are revising on the day before the exam whatever you already studied in exam for the test. Okay, what is the cutoff for UPSC? I'll show you another slide, so don't worry. How many questions should I attempt? All these things in the next slide. So whole video will run based on whatever 10 questions I showed you. It won't take much time, like last time with 20-25 minutes we'll wind up. So there are some simple things which everybody doesn't do. Okay, it's very hard to do it, and if you do that, it can maybe boost your success rate. Okay, first and foremost thing, have a disciplined wake up and sleep time. Okay, this discipline is very important. You will not understand the value of it. Okay, later you will understand. Every day when you are doing, it's okay, you sleep at night, you sleep at day, it is up to you, but that discipline should be there. If you're waking up at 4 o'clock one day for study, do that continuously for 1 month or how much ever days you're studying. After that, if you want to change the whole cycle, you can change it. Okay, decide like, okay, today onwards I will not wake up at 4 o'clock, I'll start my this thing by 8 o'clock only. Then fine, but then again maintain it for some days. It's not like one day you wake up at 4 o'clock, the next day you will like study all night. It's not like that. The discipline is needed, else it is very difficult to complete UPSC portions. Okay, not only complete, to retain that in your mind. Work on your health also. Okay, because there are some students who will be very much passionate and studying and all these things, and between they'll get 2 weeks of fever, they'll be in complete bed rest. They want to study but they cannot study. So always see to it that your health is also, your physique is also in good balance with your mental state. Okay, like it's not enough that your brain is like, I want to study, I want to study. If your body don't cooperate, you will be you will like regret it later. Okay, you will feel very sad that like I delayed everything, and now when I feel like actually studying, my body is not cooperating. So please make sure that you are healthy also, eating good food or exercise or whatever you do, but maintain that throughout the year. Never fall ill unless it is some this kind of virus kind of things is happening. Don't bring in something else. Now do the unconventional, which very limited people do. Only 5% of the aspirants do this. Okay, Rajya Sabha TV, solving every single question paper from 1995. Only 5% aspirant do it. Even though like my videos like 1,500 people, 2,000 people are seeing in one night itself and then appreciating like, great sir, you helped me, you did this. These people will tell all these thanks, but only 5% will actually follow it. Okay, because they need consistent pushing. Okay, after 3 months if I make this video again they will think like, okay, great sir, you helped me, you kept me motivated. But if that pushing is required, then you will never pass this exam. Okay, you will never pass. I'm seriously telling you. That is why in the beginning phase itself, now I'm making it clear to you who will pass and who will not pass. These things you have to do by yourself. Once one person will tell you, only once, and rest is up to you. Okay, after 3 months, like 3 months you don't do it and then you take it up, there is a very less chance that you will clear, because you are just instantly motivated for that few weeks and then it's gone. That won't work for this exam. You need to be motivated throughout the year. Now solve at least 10,000 high quality MCQ. Okay, high quality MCQ. So if you take like last 25 years paper itself, previous year paper, if you do all the 100 questions, there itself you get what? You get 2500 MCQs. Okay, and then if you join any good test series, they will give at least 50 to 60 tests, and there you will get 6000 MCQs. Then you do some like Lakshmikant. Behind Lakshmikant, there is a set of some extra questions which they gave, some 1000 MCQs. So like that, when you do, totally it will cost 10,000. Okay, because whenever I tell this number, many students think like this person is bluffing, this person is telling something he like, who will do 10,000 MCQs. But for a normal serious aspirant, this is a very low number actually, because he will be solving hundreds of tests in a year. Okay, hundreds of tests. So 100 tests means what? 100 into 100 MCQs. Okay, there itself will become 10,000. You should know that it's a very simple task for a serious aspirant if you are preparing throughout the year. But if you're someone like just 1 month before the exam, you will think like, okay, let me go and find out who is offering test series. Also, let me go and buy the cheapest one. Let me go and buy the free things. Let me download the free materials of Delhi coaching institutes. If this is your mentality, okay, like even when I put out ads every alternate day. First thing they come and ask is, sir, without fees, can you teach me? Sir, without this thing, can you give me free materials? Can you send all these things directly to my WhatsApp? If you look for freebies, you will get all the junk materials on this planet. Okay, there is everyone in this, like in this world, in every corner there are fools sitting and preparing MCQs now. Okay, but whether it's high quality or not, you will know only when you open it and read it. Okay, there are samples out there by every institute. Go and check that. If it is worth UPSC, only then do it or buy it. Else simply don't pile up your room to show off that I have these many test series with me. It will not help you. Do the best high quality 10,000 MCQs in 1 year. You have a high chance of clearing this exam. Same like that, mains answer. You have to write thousands of answers, but I'm telling you minimum 500 answers. So 500 answers, you will be thinking mains answer is very lengthy. How will I write 500 answers? In one GS paper, one mock exam or actual exam in UPSC, there are 20 questions. Okay, 20 questions in one paper, GS1. So suppose you do 25 tests, just 25 tests. How much is the thing? 25 into 20 is 500 questions already, just 25 tests. So you'll be doing only 25 tests. A serious aspirant will be writing 50 or 100 mains test. Okay, in 1 year. I'm not telling do everything now. You will do many before prelims, you will do many at coaching institute, you will do many at home, you will do many after you clear prelims. Okay, 2-3 months are there that time. That time also you will do. So you will write hundreds of answers. But when I tell suddenly write 500 mains answers, some students get shocked. Okay, so don't worry, these are all normal numbers, but you have to do it. Now once the notification comes, okay, 2021 I'm telling, for you the notification will come only next year February. Okay, that time you will should be in such a state that within 1 week you will be able to fill everything and submit. Not in 1 week, within 2-3 days. Why? Because I already taught you what is a notification, what is there in the notification, how to fill a form, everything what is there for 2020, same thing will be there for 2021. In next year February, you Vaishya student at least should not be someone who will be like that time going and inquiring, sir, I don't know how to fill a form, I have never seen a UPSC notification, I don't know optional, I don't know what is this. If you tell that, then you are actually not doing justice to what hard work I'm doing for you now. Okay, I'm trying to teach you the basics of the entire thing. So you should become a student where next February this filling a form is just a routine for you. It's just a ritual which you have to do just to go and write this exam. Okay, that time you should not be telling like I am a fresher. You are a fresher now, and I am trying to make you convert to a serious UPSC aspirant of the level of a veteran aspirant. Okay, so these are things, this whatever you see in slide, which will make sure that you have become a serious UPSC aspirant. Okay, so this is an answer to my last video. Last video I told the difference between serious and non-serious. Now this video I am telling you this is what will decide whether you have become a serious aspirant. Okay, hope it's clear. Now a rough timeline I'll tell you, because students want timetable and all, I'll make, because it's a very difficult job. My timetable will align with my test series. Okay, that is why both are in process, and only by June first week I can tell you what is the 1 year correct timetable. So a rough timeline I'll tell you what to do for 1 year. It's a very rough model. Okay, it's not like you have to do this. Like now it's May 2020. By December 2020, that is you have 6-7 months, you should have touched all your books and syllabus at least once. Whether it's a Lakshmikant, whether it's a Spectrum, whether it's NCRTs, Tamil Nadu books, or maps you are revising, previous year questions you are doing, all these things in 7 months. It's very, very easy to do. You just need 3-4 months actually to do that. But I'm giving you 7 months. In 7 months, you should have touched upon all these things at least once. Okay, this is the first thing. Jan and February, you should dedicate for your optional. Okay, again, I'm telling you, it's not particularly Jan and February, which 2 months, that is up to you. But this is just a model I'm giving you. So 2 months, you should dedicate it study your optional, meaning writing answers for that, doing all the previous year papers for your optional paper, again doing more and more research, seeing whether like how can I score more, or join a test series, optional specific test series, solve only books related to optionals, all these things. Okay, this is what you need to do for 2 months. 60 days of optional studies will make your score like skyrocketingly high. Okay, it will be very huge, your marks which comes in optional. So you have to do that 60 days of study in whichever phase you want, but do it before February. Okay, that's why I put it there, because after February, March, April, May, suppose I'm assuming that June will be your prelims. Okay, it may be later only because now even this prelims is pushed away, but just assume June 2021 your prelims. So 3 months before that, 90 days, you should not study anything for mains. I don't want you to write any mains answers because you should have ideally done all these things by then. Okay, even Vaishya's test series, mains test series, if it is happening, it will complete much before February. Okay, you will not have to, I will not make you write mains answers in March, April, May. Like now you can see, now March, April, May is going on. Did I make you write any mains answer? I'm going on telling students to study prelims. Okay, because if you don't clear prelims, then whatever hard work you did for optional or mains is not even useful that year. You have to wait for full next year, full 1 year to even think like whether I will reach mains. So these 3 months, please study only prelims. Now this does not mean that you don't touch prelims before this. Okay, I'll come to that. Now after prelims, when you clear prelims, you will get 3 to 4 months. That time, revise all the GS and optional which you already did. Okay, revise GS and optional means you have already done the studies. That's what I'm telling. This 6-7 months up till December, study everything. Or if you include January, February also, 8 months. In 8 months, you finished everything, including your optional. Now you just need to revise it because you know everything. You have studied world history, you have studied ethics, everything. Okay, you don't need much time. World history and all in 2 weeks time, 3 weeks time you can study. Ethics you can study in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time. It's not a big deal. When you start studying, you'll understand this. Now you will think like I'm just telling vague numbers. It's not like that. We are teaching these every year and we correct a lot of papers in mains also. So students, when they beginning of the phase, okay, like first mains answer, whatever they write will be like a blunder answer. Then we'll give lot of tips to them. We'll give them the report card. Then after the end, by the 20th test they reach, they'll be like writing expert answers. Okay, it's not like they'll get 10 out of 10. Nobody will get 10 out of 10. Okay, I'll do a mains answer writing video separately. Mains, how much ever good answer you write for a 10 marker question, they'll give you maybe 5 or 6. Okay, 5 or 6 out of 10 is considered the highest marks. You can check the marks of any topper. Okay, no, everybody's marks will be 50% or 60%. Okay, out of this 1750 marks of mains, the highest topper will get only 900 or 1000 marks. Okay, you go and check the mark list of anyone. Again, as I told, this is just a rough model and it does not mean, because when you touch upon all these books by December, that means your prelims, mains, optional, everything studies going parallelly. Okay, there's nothing like you are doing one thing. So when I tell March, April, May for prelims, that does not mean you are starting your prelims preparation on March. That does not mean you are solving your first MCQ in March. You have to do that from day one. Okay, that's what I'll tell you here. Just 2 minutes. Okay, people ask me whether I should do test or whether I should do books. Okay, from the starting. So suppose you wake up. Okay, like I'll take a normal thing. 8 o'clock you wake up. You have your breakfast and all these things and you start. So we'll start with what? You will start with a newspaper. So in newspaper, if you want, you will make notes. That's up to you. After that, what you will do? You have to start studying something. So basically, it's always good to start with NCERT, history or geography or something. Okay, history, geography, polity, economy. I told you all the books already. Polity, economy. Do these normal things. Don't worry about science or international relations or ethics and all. Just for this 1 week or 2 week till I give you the timetable, do these things. NCERT. Take that previous year paper book. Prelims or mains, doesn't matter. Okay, then do at least 5 to 10 questions. If it's MCQs, also do 5 questions or 10 questions. If it's mains answers, also do 5 questions or 10 questions. Meaning simply read question, answer, question, answer. You will come to know the certain topics like history, they are asking about Ashoka, geography, they are asking about monsoon, economy, they are asking about some trend of inflation and all these things. Polity, they are asking how to pass a bill in the parliament. So you will understand, okay, these are the things I have to study. Okay, then this has to be done every day. This previous year paper every day. This NCERT, when you finish NCERTs, you can then take up, anyway you will take 2 to 3 weeks, so let it happen. After that you can take maybe one textbook, Spectrum you can take, or Lakshmikant you can take, but don't jump into these textbook first itself. First do the NCERT because it's in simple English language. Okay, and night time or evening time when you like ending your studies, what you should do, take Rajya Sabha TV, YouTube, watch 30 minutes, just 30 minutes, watch one video of any one playlist which I showed you. I showed you 3 playlists. Then in between or any time in a day, spend 30 minutes for writing an answer. Okay, write anything. Simply write like today's something like India's economic crisis or Corona, or how to deal with Corona. Any topic which you feel, you don't have any need. You don't need any question paper. Just what you feel. Write it in that language in which you are taking your exam. If it's English language, English. Regional language, regional. Do this for 1 or 2 weeks. You will get into the mood. Okay, and sleep. Wake up and sleep on the same time every day. Discipline time. You will see that in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time, you are developing yourself to a very, very serious, strong aspirant. Okay. So book list I get, okay, 40, 50 messages every day, sir, what book, which book and all. I already showed you, so I'm not answering that here. Only thing I'll tell you is syllabus and previous year paper is the key. And for that, whichever book you need to do, whichever video you need to watch, do that. But make sure that you do that. Okay. And also, all those people who are asking this, okay, they are 99% freshers. Okay, because they have not failed yet. They have not seen this paper yet. So that is why you think like maybe because I did not do that book, I did not do this book, I may fail. When you fail, you will understand, or when you see the question paper in an exam hall, you will understand that questions are not coming from books. Books are actually to give you the story, the core, but solving questions is done through test series, not through books. Okay, so that you will understand. But I don't want you to reach that stage like you fail and then realize. That is why beforehand it's why I'm telling you, books test series should go parallel. Now cutoff, UPSC cutoff. This is one of last two topics in this video. UPSC cutoff, there is no fixed cutoff. That is first thing you have to know. Okay, even in the website, UPSC website, you go, nothing will be there now. Okay, for 2020, sorry, 2019 prelims, which happened now, there will be no cutoff. They will tell it only after the result is published. When the OMR sheet is corrected, right? When the OMR sheet is corrected, they'll get some things, and finally, suppose all the marks came. Okay, they put it in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. They put in order. So the highest mark is like 125 out of 200. Okay, then there's 124.75, 120, 85. Sorry, 85, 95 something. So they first itself will decide the count of people they need, meaning how many people's mains paper we will correct. Okay, so they will decide like I need only 9,000 people. Okay, I will correct only 9,000. UPSC board will correct only 9,000 papers this year. So when this full OMR thing is happening, they will now sort it in order and see the 9,000th person. Okay, in this order. So 9,000 person, some mark will be there, right? Suppose it is 95 marks. So now this is your cutoff. They draw a line here and this is your cutoff. Okay, these many students will go and clear prelims. UPSC don't decide this 95 first itself, because if they decide that and put an answer paper and suppose they get only this much people, okay, then that is not enough. There is a fixed count they need to make them write mains, and then they, or if they get only that much, then how will they evaluate mains? How will they eliminate people there? They need a fixed count. Okay, so that is why I'm telling there is no fixed cutoff, but a range I can tell you for general, OBC, and SC ST. General nowadays it is less than 120. Okay, 110 or 100, yeah, 110 to 120 range. OBC it will be around 90 to 105, the range. Okay, depends on the toughness level. And the CST it will be less than that. Okay, much less than that. Remaining there are many other classes also, but this is the general three categories. So this is how it is every year. So whatever I told you, the same thing in words I have put it here. Okay, your target should be 120. Whichever category you are, try to score 50 to 60 questions right, and you will clear cutoff. Net, okay, without the negative marks, I'm telling you. So don't fix a number and go. Coaching institutes will tell you go and attempt 100 questions. Only then plus and minus something will happen and you will get set marks. Okay, that is blunder. Don't do that. You will also be under huge pressure in the exam hall if you go like that. You will feel like I need to do 75 questions. In exam hall, if you are doing only 30, 40 questions, you will feel like I failed. There itself you will feel you failed. But you should understand that if it is tough for you, it is tough for everyone. The person sitting next to you also will be struggling with like this. Okay, he'll be also doing 40 questions. So like that, when you see this thing will again go down. Maybe instead of 95, it will be 75. Okay, so it can go down. If the paper is very, very tough, the cutoff can go very, very low. Okay, because that people are able to score only that much. So don't worry about that and don't fix count and go. Another thing, this mark is just for clearing. It is not counted. You don't have to be a topper in prelims. It is not counted in later stage. It is just for crossing the line. It is not there anywhere. Okay, you are ranking nothing. You simply clear it, and then people don't even care how much you scored in prelims. Okay, you cannot even go around and tell like I scored 200 out of 200. First thing is you will not score 200 out of 200. At maximum, I think one student has scored is 175 or 185 or something. Okay, more than that they cannot score. So this is nowhere required in future. Just clear that line of 120. Okay. Dream, goal, and passion. There's a big difference. Okay, like dream is something where people tell, I want to be an IAS or IPS. Okay, that even small children can tell. Okay, when you are like in school 5th standard 6th standard, you will tell like in future I'll become an IAS. That is called a dream. Okay, but that dream doesn't serve the purpose. Okay, like 20 lakh 30 lakh people are dreaming every day, but how many people write, how many fail, pass, that and all I told you. That is because that person has something more than a dream. Okay, dream alone cannot make you reach here, but dream is necessary to begin with. Passion is something where I told you, like students put their WhatsApp status, they go and inform all their relatives, like I'll become IAS, I'll become IPS, I'm studying day and night. Okay, this passion is good, this passion is needed, but you going and telling around everywhere and then these things, and then when you fail, these relatives will be the first one to come and mock you. Okay, most of the people, what they do is they don't even tell. Okay, their relatives don't even know that they're preparing for UPSC. That is actually smart. Okay, because more than appreciating you, there will be many people to mock you. So please don't lose that. Okay, you can be passionate, but again, as I told, passion should not grow to that level that it will destroy yourself. So ultimate thing is you have to do. Last video also I told, 1 hour of doing something is better than 10 hours of thinking of doing something. So please actually do it. Okay, passion is needed, dream is needed, but actually it will get converted into successful result only if it is converted into a goal. Okay, and what is goal? Goal is actually setting targets with whatever things I showed you in the first slide. That is waking up on time, sleeping on time, doing 10k MCQs, doing 500 answers, disciplined life, syllabus, previous year paper. This is actually called goal. Meaning you have a dream, you have the passion to reach that dream. Now you are putting out in paper. Okay, there is a study also. There is a Oxford University. Some people do studies like those who write down the things, those who write down their goal, they have higher chance of clearing the exams or their life achievements than the people who just think of it. Okay, it has a huge difference. You try from today. You write in a diary, you write in a notepad, like today I will do this. Start in the morning itself. Today I will do this. There's a high chance that you will clear that. You will complete that day's target or that week's target, that month's target. But have it. So that specific targeting is called having goals. Okay, and what not to do not lose hope. Like I told, there are some students who will take test series, who will take some mock exam, all India level exam, something, and they will see some score. Today morning also I got a student like, I'm doing test after test, but I'm not scoring more than 60 marks out of 200. Okay, I'm not going to 60 marks, so I'm going to drop this attempt. I'm not going to drop this attempt. I'm not going to give this attempt. Okay, to you I want to tell you that this person who is setting your mock exam, he is not the one who is setting your UPSC paper. Okay, the test series will always be difficult than UPSC paper, because UPSC themselves gives you the clue. Okay, they themselves give you a lot of things in the question paper, like this is a wrong statement, you should eliminate it. Okay, it's only certain tricks to identify that, which I am teaching you. Okay, and fearing. Many students, yesterday I think one girl asked me like, sir, is it natural, is it okay that I'm feeling like I don't remember anything, I'm fearing? This is like almost 90% of the serious aspirants feel on a daily basis. Okay, you study full Lakshmikant and next day you will feel like, I don't know what is president, who is president, how is he appointed, I forgot completely. It is totally fine, it happens. But when you keep doing test series, when you do previous year papers, these things slowly start getting in your brain. Okay, your brain is more powerful than you can imagine. Okay, to retain things based on how much times it sees it. Okay, the more and more times you see, give me a second, more and more times you see a particular topic, that gets retained in your mind even without you realizing it. Okay, you just have to keep feeding the brain. Okay, and don't fear failure. This also I told you. So veteran or fresher, coaching or self-study, bookworm or YouTube addict, employed or student, daily learner or regular learner, nothing. Okay, there is no difference between any of these people, because many students have that problem also. They think like, I am just passing out of college. There are some people who have been doing this 4 years 5 years, then how will I clear? Don't compare yourself with anyone. This exam is somewhere where anybody can clear. UPSC is the only exam in this country where this can be guaranteed, that anyone can clear and anyone can fail also. The smartest of smartest people I told. No, I have students who, if I make them write a mains answer, they'll become the topper, they'll come out with flying colors, but they are not able to solve prelims questions. So it is different from person to person. Okay, so work on your strength or weakness or whatever, and then see to it that you are always positive. Okay, a failure should not decide your career. Okay, there are some students who will be fully motivated, like now, right now you are listening to this video, many will be like, you have like kind of blood will be boiling with lot of energy. You will be like, I am fully motivated, today onwards I'll do this, I'll do that. But after 10-15 days, only 1% of these people who are listening to me now will be actually doing that on a regular basis. Okay, rest everyone would have quit. and they won't even realize that they've quit, okay, because in between they diverted, they saw some other video, they saw some other technique, and they just go behind that. They don't know to do something regularly, okay. Even it is told, like, even when you do something only for 21 days, it becomes a habit, okay. 21 days you do something continuously, on the 22nd day onwards it automatically starts happening in your life, okay. That is actually again another proven study. So try to be responsible for your own career, okay. Nobody else is going to do that for you. And if you fail prelims next year, also go and give the attempt. There's a high chance that you will clear, because you have studied everything. Maybe by 1 or 2 marks or 1 or 2 questions you lost it. So please don't stop, because I have students who tell, like, I'll go and join back my company, I will go and do something else, I will do give bank exam, I don't want UPSC is not fit for me. Unless you try 2 or 3 years, you will not even know, okay. There are people who are clearing at their 8th and 9th attempt. So if UPSC is really your passion, please don't quit. So hope for the best, but be ready for the worst too, okay. Success does not mean winning. It's not winning every single time. There are people who clear and finally fail in the interview last second, okay. So leave behind your failures and then go get the success which is there in front of you. Now, CS aspirant, what does he need? This actually from 2020 student, you can watch it. Okay, 2021, whatever I need to tell you, I have told you. 2020 student, what do you actually need? You need important lectures. Okay, maybe free of cost or at cheap, affordable rate. You need to know what are the standard books. You need to make a timetable. Okay, whether it's a student or professional. You need analysis of previous year papers, or at least a trend. Like I am telling you, this is what is more weightage, this is what is less weightage. That somebody has to tell you. Genuine personal guidance. Complete coverage of current affairs of at least 3-4 years. High quality test series for prelims and mains answer writing guidance or tips for interview. This is what in general every serious aspirant need. And what are we doing for you? This is exactly what I'm doing through my lectures, through my guidance videos, through my test series. All these things which you see on screen, we are doing it for you. It's up to you which part you want to come and join. Okay, free lectures, you don't have to do anything, just click on subscribe and keep watching. But it will be, as I told, 30 to 40% of your syllabus. Answer writing, interview thing and all is a separate thing, prelims test series, which you have to enroll, because you are investing in your career, okay. You can invest in 5-6 test series, there is no harm. There are many people, as I told in last video also, after the exam 5 to 6 coaching institutes put the photograph of a particular student and tell, like, this is our student. Why? Because that student was smart enough to go and find out the best institutes in the country and solve test series of all the institutes, okay. So it's not like an excuse, like, I already joined here, so I will not join your test series, okay. Don't tell this to anyone. I'm not telling what Vaishya is. Anyone, when you see something good in the internet, go and tell them that I already joined here, so I will not join here, okay. If it's financial issue, I can understand that you cannot afford it or something, okay, don't do it. Now 2020 prelims, assuming that your exam is in July mid or July end, okay, you will have around 60 days now, okay. So that 60 days, make sure that you invest these days in the best materials and best timings also. Like if you are weak in NCRT, do NCRT, polity, do polity. Don't do mains practice, don't do optional practice, don't do any ethics question paper, nothing. Just do prelims papers continuously. 1995 onwards, 2019, do all the 25 years question paper, do all the good test series you have, okay. Any subject you are weak in, keep the textbook parallelly with you. Lakshmikant, keep it open, read 1 chapter a day. 60 days are there, 60 chapters will get over. One chapter if you read. Okay, it's up to you. Do 1 chapter of Lakshmikant and Spectrum every day. 30 days you will get over. It's all time management. Okay, it's very, very easy if you are a 2020 student and you have been already studying since the last 1 year. Okay. Your success is your destiny. If you practice it right, no one is going to stop you from clearing UPSC this year. Okay, this particular year, 2020. So again, test series, I have told you multiple times, but it is your personal choice. If you feel the institute which you have joined now has not done justice to your preparation, only then come and join Vaishya. That too, only after seeing our 2019 success video and our samples of materials which are there in plenty on the internet. So I don't force anybody, okay. In not even a single video I will tell students, like, if you buy Vaishya, you will clear exam, or if you don't buy Vaishya, you will regret. Okay, we don't tell that. We can only tell you something is being offered by us, and it will be of the same standard and quality of that guidance video which I do. Like right now I'm talking to you. If this was worthy, if this was like this 30-40 minutes which you heard me, if this was worthy, if you feel this is genuine, you can expect the similar or more higher standards in our test series materials also. This is the only thing I promise you, and this is the only thing I can guarantee you, and there will be no compromise on that, okay. So you have a dream, we also have a dream that our students should clear and come in the forefront. and we also can claim a lot of students across the country who studied a lot from our videos and all these things, because even now millions of people are watching my spectrum video, but I cannot go and claim because nobody comes and tell me like, sir, I studied from your spectrum and then modern history questions I solved. Okay, there will be many students who do that, but they don't come and thank me, because teaching is ultimately a thankless job. Like even me, I don't go and thank my teachers. Okay, it's totally fine. But now if you are watching this video right now, if you have a dream, come and WhatsApp me. I am here to guide you, and I'll try to do it at the best level possible. Okay, but don't expect me to sit and chat with you from morning to night, because I get thousands of messages every day, and I'll be guiding you. I'll be giving you video links. I'll be telling you what is there in a test series. I'll be telling you what you should do. That kind of guidance I will tell you. And if you do hard work and smart work, you will clear at the end of 1 year. Okay, you will definitely clear. So come and email me or WhatsApp me. I prefer WhatsApp so that I can quickly respond. So we'll take it from there. So, and I hope you enjoyed this session. I'll come with the next video soon, hopefully 2019 analysis video and environment lectures. So thank you and have a nice day.